Here's to us, Timmy. To our victory over Norma the Abnormal and the Wailing Warlocks.
To Timmy, that sounds like a rock band.
Never mind what it sounds like. We won and they lost. By now, Norma is ensconced in the booby hatch, and the Warlocks are alone again on the island, powerless to hurt an innocent witch and her trusty sidekick.
Would Princess care for another?
I don't mind if I do, Timmy. Of course, as marvelous as I feel tonight, our troubles are not over yet. Not by a long shot.
Why not? Nobody believed Reese when he said Princess was a witch. Not after Noah's eyewitness turned out to be her father, the deadhead.
Nevertheless, Reese planted the seed, and that is not a good thing. Not to mention the fact that we have yet to face our toughest test.
What test?
Well, you remember what Charity said about the tree at the dam on Warlock Island?
Who could forget? That tree told Charity that she had the power to stop the hurricane. So she did.
Yeah, exactly. And the more Charity understands the gifts that she was born with, the more precarious it becomes for us.
But Timmy got the impression that Charity wasn't even sure it happened.
Yeah, well, that's just for now. I fear the day is coming when Charity is going to realize how powerful she really is. And you know what that spells out for us, don't you, Timmy?
D-O-O-M.
Bingo.
It's late. I should get you back to Tabitha's.
Okay. Oh, I wish they'd finished the construction on this house already.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's got to be hard camping out at a neighbor's.
We're just really crammed in there. It's hard to even find a place to sit and think.
You're still obsessing about how the storm ended on the island, aren't you?
Yeah. And I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, a tree told me how to stop that hurricane. How could that be, Miguel?
I mean, how could anything that happened to us on the island be?
But at least everybody else saw the Warlocks. Why am I the only one the tree talked to? And what does it mean that I have special powers?
I mean, all I know is that the hurricane stopped so suddenly, it was like we were never really in danger from it.
Exactly. That's what it promised me, that it would save everybody in exchange for what I care for most. And that's you, Miguel. I'm afraid I'm gonna lose you. How you holding up?
As good as can be expected, I guess. Just first Sheridan and now my mother.
Oh, honey, your mother's gonna be fine.
You don't know that, Gwen. I could lose her.
Ethan, I hope you know you can open up to me. Even though we're not together, you still mean so much to me.
Thanks. I feel the same way. I can't stop thinking about Sheridan.
I know, me too. I don't think I've ever known anyone who was so full of life. It's just so hard to believe that she's gone.
Just like that. You know, it doesn't make sense for me to be chasing around the justice of the peace trying to get married when my mother's life is hanging by a thread.
Does that mean you've changed your mind about marrying Teresa?
Hey, I know what you can do. You can build a harem. That way you can have as many wives as you want.
Not funny, Bruce. Just for the record, I'm not a bigamist yet. No thanks to you.
Will you just lighten up? You should be proud as a peacock. I mean, you're married to a sexy young babe, and you got a somewhat older, hot mama panting to say, I do.
Well, At the moment, I'm off the hook as far as the wedding ceremony this evening. By some stroke of luck, the Justice of the Peace seems to have taken a powder.
Well, then why are you wearing a hole in the rug with your pacing?
Because Rebecca has sent a search party out looking for the fellow. She's vowed not to leave this island until she's the next Mrs. Julian Crane.
She may be the next, but she won't be the only.
What's in there, Teresa? What did you find?
I wish there was something I could say or do.
Oh, thanks. But there isn't.
Ethan said you weren't flying home on this. But it's not too late to change your mind.
No, I just want to stay at the last place that I was with Sheridan. If I go, I'll be admitting that she's really gone. Hey, don't worry, man. My head knows that she is, you know. It's just having a hard time getting the message through to my heart. You know, it's like in spite of everything that happened, I still look out to sea, and I still think that maybe she's out there. Maybe she's on one of those boats coming back to me. She looks like an angel when she sleeps. An angel who's fighting for her life. Don't you worry, Angel. We're gonna get you to land soon. We're gonna get you to a doctor straight away. He's gonna make you feel a little better. Then I'm gonna look for your people, because I know that there are folks out there looking for you. They may even think that they've lost you. I can imagine the surprise on their face when they find out that you're gonna be all right.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places, and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of a bird I knew could take me highest. Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
I haven't changed my mind. I still love Teresa. I'm going to marry her.
Of course. I was wondering about the timing.
You know, it's hard to think about my own happiness when my mother's all alone in a hospital back home fighting for her life. What's taking that damn plane?
I'm sure it'll be here any minute. And meanwhile, you don't know that your mother's alone.
Who would be with her?
Well, Pilar for one, and I'm sure somebody's contacted Sam if he doesn't know already.
Sam.
Yes, your father. I don't know a whole lot about Chief Bennett, but from the little I do know, I know that he would never leave her side. He would stick by the mother of his son.
Julian, hey, don't worry. The Justice of the Peace will not be performing any marriage ceremonies tonight.
So how do you know that?
Well, let's just say he was having a difficult time dealing with the pressure of marrying you and Teresa. Again, the different partners, yet.
What have you done?
Now, all I did was sequester the dear man in a closet where he'll be safe and unfound until we leave the island.
I didn't think you had it in you, Brucey.
Of course. Yeah, I've always been in your corner. I told you that. It's the least I could do after having so much fun at your expense down here. Thought I'd just cut you a break.
Well, couldn't agree with you more. Where's this closet?
It's out in the hall. Don't worry, nobody will think to look in there.
What are you doing? I was going to look in there. But there's nothing to see. I'll be the judge of that. What are you trying to hide?
Rebecca! Don't.
Why not? What is going on around here?
You're not saying that you think Sheridan's on one of those boats out there, are you?
Not that far gone. Just wishful thinking. Our Denny was confirmed through her fingerprints and dental records. There's no arguing with that.
I really am sorry.
I know. You're one of the lucky ones. You knew her?
Yeah. Not as well as I would have liked to, though. Luis, anyone could have seen that she was special, man. I mean, she had a kind of light to her.
I know. Well, she would walk into a room and it would brighten. And people would just start smiling because she was there. And I was like, before I met her, I was living my life in black and white. She came along and bam, you know, was in Technicolor.
Yeah, that's love. Yeah.
You know, it's one thing to get along without it when you don't know it exists. But once you've tasted it, I don't know how you go on.
Hey, you know, I used to think that I was carrying this heavy load because I didn't know who my parents were. And now I see that it's a hell of a lot worse to lose than something that you never had any idea of. But I know that you hearing that right now, it's not going to take the pain away. Yeah.
You know, it's weird, isn't it? Bottom dropped out of my world today. All those fishermen out there on those boats, coming home like they do every night. Without a clue. It's just another day. Just another day.
Hang on, Angel. We're about to dock. I've got to go help get us in. But as soon as we get tied up, I'm gonna come back down and I'll get you, okay?
Well, there's nothing for me out here. I'm gonna head back to the hotel now. Okay.
When Charity's powers come into full bloom, as it were, she'll recognize me for what I am and stomp me out faster than you can say West Nile virus.
Tamil, Mrs. Princess.
Forget it, lad. Where goest moi, goest toi. You're in this as deep as I am. Of course, we do have one slender thread of hope. The tree told Charity that she would have to give up something precious in order to save Miguel's life. Now, what is the most important thing in Charity's life?
Her NSYNC poster?
No, Dim Tim. Miguel. Miguel himself. If she gives up Miguel and they don't make love, then we'll be home free.
Timmy doesn't like to think about Charity Miguel doing what Tabby said.
Well, you may not have to. Charity may not realize it, but I think she may have saved us by sacrificing her future with Miguel.
Timmy could get down with that. Timmy's had more than enough peril and pestilence in his short time on this earth. To a nice, normal home life from now on. Uh-oh.
What is it? Canker sores and carbuncles. Oh, I should have known it. Those two brats are still all lovey-dovey in spite of Charity's promise to the tree. Come on. We're going to have to go, Timmy. We have got to keep a sharp eye on those two.
Hey, I'm right here, aren't I? I'm not going anywhere.
But what about my promise?
To a tree?
I knew you wouldn't believe me.
That's not the point. Sit down. You could promise the man in the moon that you were never going to see me again. But you're not getting rid of me that easy. Have you forgotten? I love you?
No.
And besides, all right, you don't even remember what you promised to give up. You know, maybe it wasn't me. I mean, or maybe you misunderstood what was being asked of you, and you don't have to sacrifice anything.
I want to believe you, but I don't.
Listen to me. All right, however you managed it, you stopped the hurricane, which saved all of our lives. You know, don't you think that if something were to be taken away from you, it would have happened already?
Maybe.
I do. I mean, we're still here, together. You know, so obviously it's got nothing to do with us. You know, I mean, you've just got to try to push all these negative thoughts out of your mind. Nothing's ever going to take me away from you.
Hope you're wrong about that, Miguel.
Why don't any of you want me to see what's in that closet? Fine, if none of you will pay me the courtesy of telling me what's in there, I have to look for myself. Would you step aside, Teresa?
I really wouldn't do that, Rebecca. No.
Why not?
Well, the hurricane, you see. The hurricane has upset the ecological balance of the island. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's stirred up all of the island wildlife. It seems a number of outdoor creatures have been found indoors seeking shelter from the storm, no doubt. A bellhop told me this entire resort is overrun with rats.
Rats?
Big rats.
Oh,
Rebecca.
that's right.
I mean, gosh, that's what Whitney and I saw when we opened up that closet. Oh, it was the hugest rat I've ever seen in my life.
It was disgusting. I tell you. Oh, my goodness. I hate rats. I can't even stand to look at a mouse.
Well, that's why I was trying to spare you, my pet. I'd do anything to protect you from something so filthy and vile.
He's just acting the protective husband to be, Rebecca. Isn't that right, Julian?
Yes, absolutely, my darling. You're my everything.
Oh, really, Pookie? Oh, I was afraid you didn't want to marry me anymore.
Oh, nonsense, my little spice tart. I'd live for the moment you become my wife. And if I was a tad bit reluctant earlier, it's only because I've always fantasized that our nuptials take place at home, not some far-off island resort wedding chapel. You deserve a ceremony worthy of our love.
Oh, Pookie, I love that you care. No, and just for the record, I don't care where we make it official, just as long as I become Mrs. Julian Crane as soon as possible.
The moment we get back home, my pet.
Oh, that was just too close for comfort, Whitney. Tell me about it. I mean, it looks to me like someone tied up the justice of the peace because they were afraid he was going to get loose and tell everyone that you and Julian were married.
Oh, and Ethan can't find out. He'll never speak to me again.
Teresa, that's the least of it. If Ethan knows, then he's going to tell Luis, and they are both going to kill Julian and go straight to jail for the rest of their natural lives.
What have I done?
Only the worst thing that I could ever imagine.
What am I going to do, okay? Help me.
Teresa, look, normally, I would tell you to go straight to Ethan and tell him the truth. But this is the exception. I mean, Ethan may be able to get over the fact that you married Julian, but I don't think he's going to forgive you for sleeping with him.
Whitney, I was so drunk. I mean, I don't even remember it.
And that's not going to fly with Ethan. I mean, I know that he's the most understanding guy that either one of us have ever met, but everyone has their limit. Come on, baby. Boy, she doesn't waste any time, does she?
Gwen would love nothing more than to get Ethan back from me.
And she'd pull it off in a heartbeat if she knew that you were married to Julian.
Well, I just hope and pray that Julian keeps his word and annuls our marriage before it ruins all of our lives. You know, I just want to forget that I was ever Mrs. Julian Crane.
So many incredible things have happened to us in the last few months. Who's to say this isn't just as real? I'm sure you haven't forgotten the birds attacking my aunt and uncle's house.
You have got to stop thinking about the island. Okay, we're home now, safe and sound, where nothing bad is gonna happen. You know, and it's no wonder you're exhausted after everything you've been through. You'll see. Okay, after a good night's sleep, you'll be able to put all this stuff behind you.
I don't think so, Miguel. I don't think I can sleep until I know what I gave up. Wait a minute. I have an idea. And it's worth a shot.
Hang on a second.
So you just found her in your net?
Yeah, I thought she was dead for sure, and then we found a pulse. It's a miracle she survived out there in that storm.
No kidding. Lady must be made of some pretty strong stuff.
She's hanging on, but she definitely needs professional help.
Well, let's get her up to the hotel. Call a doctor from there.
Honey, no, don't worry. I'm sure the plane's gonna be here soon. And you'll be at your mom's side in just a few hours.
What if I don't make it in time?
Don't say that. Your mom is the strongest person I have ever met. Now, if anyone could pull through this, Ethan, she can.
All right. What would I ever do without you, Teresa?
I swear, the justice of the peace is going to wish he never heard my name. I'm going to see that he's fired the moment we get back to Harmony.
Really, Pookie? You're that angry that he skipped out on our wedding service?
I am livid. I am so sorry, my little crumb cake, but I promise you a much nicer ceremony once we get back home.
I guess there's nothing to be done but just accept that it's not going to happen tonight.
There's my brave girl. Now, why don't you go change for the flight home?
I suppose.
Okay, and while you're gone, I'll check and see what's keeping the plane.
You know, for a while there, I thought Julian was trying to weasel out of marrying you.
Yeah. So did I. And maybe I was just being paranoid. You know, I think Julian wants us to have the kind of wedding that our love deserves. Not some quickie I do in a 24-hour wedding chapel. Yeah.
changed your mind? You're coming back home with us?
No, I'm gonna stay here for a while.
But you should be home, Luis, where we can take care of you.
Yeah, I just want to stay here. It's the last place I saw Sheridan.
Let him do what he needs to do.
I love you, Luis.
Yeah, I know. I love you too.
Okay. Well, we better go finish getting ready to go. Okay.
What's going on?
One of the fishing boats picked up someone out at sea.
Yeah, well, we just...
Look, I need to get a doctor.
Sheridan.
I gotta see if this is my fiance.
All right, watch it, fella. We gotta get our patient to the hospital.
I don't understand. This could be my fiance.
I could have told you it wasn't your fiance if you'd have given me a chance.
I'm sorry.
Brian, what happened?
We caught her in our nets a couple of miles out. She's in bad shape.
Well, is she still breathing?
Don't ask me how, but yes, she needs a doctor, though.
Brian, why didn't you take her to Bermuda? It's not that much farther, and there's a hospital there.
Because I didn't think we had enough time, and I wanted to get her to land as soon as I could.
Oh, my goodness, poor thing. She looks pretty bad off. Listen, I'll call Doc. He'll get here on the double.
Thanks, Liz.
Do you have any idea who she is?
No, she didn't have any ID on her. But it shouldn't be too hard to figure out, though. Somebody's got to be looking for her.
Don't you dare try to wiggle out of this one, Mr. Crane. You promised you would get our marriage annulled as soon as we get back to Harmony.
Good grief. You're beginning to sound like a harping little wife already.
Call me your wife. That is the last thing I feel like.
Well, it doesn't matter what you feel. What it says on our marriage license that counts. You're the one, the only Mrs. Julian Crane. Technically, we're still on our honeymoon.
I cannot wait to get this whole trip behind us.
Like you and me both. Even if I don't know exactly what's going on with Teresa and Ethan.
Well, you don't need to know the gory details, but trust me when I say that Sheridan's death was not the only horrible thing that happened in Bermuda.
Well, whatever it is, it's gotta be serious.
It is.
I am not going to waste a moment when we get to Harmony. I'm going to start arranging our wedding immediately.
Ooh, that's wonderful, dear.
Mrs. Crane?
Yes?
Teresa, since when do you answer to Mrs. Crane?
Teresa, since when do you answer to Mrs. Crane?
I'm so sorry. I feel like an idiot. What were you thinking?
Well, Ethan and I are on the verge of getting married. And I've always thought of him as Ethan Crane, so I guess I was imagining myself as the future Mrs. Ethan Crane instead of Ethan Winthrop.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm still getting used to my new last name myself.
Excuse me for interrupting, but a couple of pieces of luggage were left in the resort lobby. The name tags say Mrs. Julian Crane.
Oh,
Oh, well, they must be mine.
We're not married yet.
Well, no, but we will be soon. And I changed all my name tags and monograms before I left Harmony. I didn't see any point in waiting.
I'll go get them then so you can take off.
Hey.
Luis.
Hey.
I realize there's no reason for me to stay here anymore. Sheridan's gone, and hanging out on the beach looking out to sea isn't gonna bring her back as much as I wish it would.
Well, we're glad that she decided to come home with us.
Well, thanks. I think that's what she would have wanted. Even though there's no way I'll ever call that place my home without her. Hey.
What's Sherry gonna do?
Blessed if I know. Hush so we can hear what she's saying.
How do you plan on finding out what you promised the tree?
Look, you're gonna think I've totally lost it, but there's only one way, Miguel. If the tree on Warlock Island could talk to me, then maybe this one can too.
Charity,
Okay, look, I know what I look like right now, but please, I'm so scared about what I gave up, so just bear with me, all right?
Whatever you need to do, I'm with you.
As much as it pains Timmy to see Charity with another, at least Miguel loves Charity the way she deserves to be loved.
Talk to me, please. Tell me what I had to give up. Tell me what I traded to end the hurricane and save Miguel and the others. The tree on Warlock Island told me that if I used my powers to stop the hurricane, I could save Miguel and the others. But I had to give away something precious. Am I going to lose Miguel?
Let it go, Charity. I mean, you tried, but it doesn't look like it's gonna give you an answer.
You're right. You're right. I don't know why I thought that would have.
Come on.
Miguel, did you see the tree? The leaves are rustling.
That's weird. There's no wind.
I know, something's happening. You heard me. I know you did. If I'm going to lose something, please just tell me what it is.
Hey, you know, it's probably just a breeze that we can't feel from down here on the ground.
No. I was so sure that it was responding to me, that it was coming to life, Miguel. Oh well. I tried, I guess.
Miguel. Miguel.
Miguel, did you hear that?
I didn't hear anything.
Oh my God. It said your name, Miguel. It's you. I am gonna lose you.
It's about time something went our way.
It's just what I was afraid of, Miguel. In order to stop the hurricane, I had to give you up.
What are you talking about? I mean, I didn't hear a thing. It's probably just your imagination reacting to the leaves rustling.
No. No, that's not what it is.
Miguel. Miguel.
So you don't mind that we can't get married as soon as we get back home?
No, not at all. Of course you want to wait till your mother gets out of the hospital.
Taking the delay awfully well.
Ethan, I just think a day or two will help put some distance between the bad things that have happened and the beginning of our new life together.
Yeah, that's good, yeah. It's just for a second there that I thought you might not want to marry me at all.
Never. There's nothing I want more in the entire world than to be your wife.
It's harder than I thought to leave the last place we were together. I thought saying goodbye at your funeral was tough. This is worse.
Doc is on his way. He shouldn't be more than a few minutes.
I just hope it's not too late for him. Under one of those charter jets heading home from a nice vacation in Bermuda. Must be nice having that kind of money. Never have a thing to worry about.
Goodbye, Sheridan. I'll always love you.